In Africa, natural death does not exist. Death never arrives. It is sent by God or by a medicine man. Illness is not a natural fact, but a weapon in the hands of dark powers. Nevertheless, it is not easy to die from old age on a continent where 15% of the children do not live past the age of 5, and where 30 million people are condemned to death by AIDS. A continent where a third of the population suffers from some kind of congenital illness, and where the life expectancy is less than 52 years of age in the cities and 39 in the rural areas.
His grandfather was a fisherman, so the father also took to September. He fell ill again, and at this time all efforts to cure him failed. He then decided to go to the garden of the ancestors for a medicine to cure his. He went and he did not come back. So this happened on 16th January. He have to be kept for some time to prepare grounds for his burial. So the family met and then decided finally to bring him out of the mortuary on 31st of October. Then to bury him on this 2nd October. This is what you see today that we are preparing for. And there you will see the corpse lying, and then the coffin over there.
In Teshi, a suburb of the capital of Ghana, fantasy coffins, objects, and figures are made according to the personality of the deceased. If he was a hunter, the coffin is designed in the form of a lion. If he was a soldier, he may be buried inside a submachine gun. Or a car if he was a taxi driver.
The first person to start this kind of traditional coffins in Ghana. First, I think it started with a fish. When a fisherman died, and he's a big man in the town, so the family decided to bury him with something similar to the fish. So that is how the business started. Yeah.
If you die, you are dead.
If you die, you are dead. Whether they bury you in a normal coffin or in a fantasy coffin, you don't know where you're headed. Perhaps you're a plumber, and they bury you in a monkey wrench. Everyone will attend your funeral to see the monkey wrench. If you're a farmer, we can make you a banana, a pineapple, or a cocoa bean.
Or banana, or pineapple, or cocoa pot.
Someone came here to ask me for a camera, like this one I have back here. Someone else asked me for a cellular phone. This is the photograph. Someone came from the United States once and asked me to make him a World War II airplane.
When my father worked to the carpenter, he used to say he wants an eagle when the moment comes. So when he died, I and my mother chose the eagle for him. Funerals in Ghana is really expensive, but we have to do it for my father. He was a big man, respected of everybody here in Teshin. So his funeral has to become as big as he was.
No one should miss an African burial without a well-justified excuse. Furthermore, everyone should cry as hard as possible, or else the others may think that he or she desires some evil for the deceased. The music and songs should cheer up the path to the cemetery. The more people sing and dance, the happier the deceased will be. No expense or noise should be spared. It is better to run into debt than to offend the deceased.
The question of talking to the dead person, generally we believe that from here we go to another world. The moment somebody dies, we consider that they join the world of our grandfathers and our fathers and so forth. Now, when they are talking to the person, they could say all sorts of things. Sometimes they will say, when you go, tell those who are there, we have this and that problem, so they should help us. And sometimes they tell him, now you are dead. It is not clear to us what killed you. So, as soon as you get there, make sure you come and take the person or persons who killed you. Maybe there's a woman who doesn't have children. When you go, make sure you bring some child to this or that person.
The Christians, we don't use these coffins, but they prefer the normal one.
But I make the Bible.
But I make them coffins in the form of a Bible or church building. There are different models for Christians. We suffer before we depart.
Before we leave in. So
the family places useful things inside the coffin for the trip,
before you bury the dead body.
such as food, drinks, anything. There was a person who liked to smoke, and they buried him with a cigarette in his mouth.